Merry meet everyone. I'm Moonstar and I'm here to help you with the Wiccan read. As you know, Wiccans do not follow a Bible per se. There are no books that we actually follow. Remember in my first video, I did tell you that whatever feels right to you, that's the way to do it. But the Wiccan read is something that we do follow. So what I'm going to do, and this is the full version, there are many variations of the Wiccan read. This is the one I have, and it's the one I follow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to try to break it down as best I can. Okay, so let's begin. Bide within the law you must, in perfect love and perfect trust. Live you must, and let to live, fairly take and fairly give. One of the first things that you have to remember about Wicca is come into it with perfect love and perfect trust. Know that this is for you. If you still have doubts, I wouldn't follow it if I were you. I would definitely check out all the different religions that are out there. Christian, Hindu, Buddha, Muslim, and all the different variations of Christianity. Okay, you have to find really the one that works best for you. And this is the one that I found works best for me. So I come into it with perfect love and perfect trust. For tread the circle thrice about to keep unwelcome spirits out. To bind the spell well every time, let the spell be said in rhyme. We always walk around the circle 3 times. It's something that we do. Of course, to keep the unwelcome spirits out. And doing a spell in rhyme works the best. Saying a couple of words here and there, just doesn't cut it. Doing it in rhyme seems to work well. Light of eye and soft of touch, speak you little, listen much. Honor the old ones in deed and name, let love and light be our guides again. What does it mean by the old ones? People that came before us, the followers before us. Okay. Josel go by waxing moon, chanting out the joyful tune. Widdershins go when the moon doth wane, and the werewolf's howls by the dread wolf's bane. Do I have a werewolf? No. Do I turn into a werewolf? No. When the lady's moon is new, kiss the hand to her ×2. When the moon rides at her peak, then your heart's desire seek. Heed the north wind's mighty gale, lock the door and trim the sail. When the wind blows from the east, expect the new and set the feast. 9 woods in the cauldron go. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back a little bit. When the wind comes from the south, love will kiss you on the mouth. When the whispers from the west, all hearts will find peace and rest. 9 woods in the cauldron go, burn them fast and burn them slow. Birch in the fire goes to represent what the lady knows. Oak in the forest towers with might, in the fire it brings the god's insight. Rowan is the tree of power, causing life and magic to flower. Willows at the waterside stand, ready to help us to the summer land. Hawthorn is burned to purify and to draw fairy to your eye. Hazel, the tree of wisdom and learning, adds strength to the bright fire burning. White are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruits of fertility. Grapes grow upon the vine, giving us both joy and wine. Fir does mark the evergreen to represent the immortality seen. Elder is the lady's tree, burn it not or cursed you'll be. 4 times the major sabbats mark in the light and in the dark. As the old year starts to wane, the new begins. It's now Samhain. When the time for Imbolc shows, watch for flowers through the snows. When the wheel begins to turn, soon the Beltane fires will burn. As the wheel turns to Lammas, night power is brought to magic right. 4 times the minor sabbats fall, use the sun to mark them all. When the wheel has turned to Yule, light the log, the horned one rules. In the spring, when night equals day, time for a star to come our way. When the sun has reached its height, time for oak and holly to fight. Harvesting comes to one and all when the autumn equinox does fall. Heed the flower, bush, and tree, by the lady blessed you'll be. Where the rippling waters go, cast a stone, the truth you'll know. When you have and hold a need, hearken not to others' greed. With a fool no season spend, or be counted as his friend. Merry meet and merry part, bright the cheeks and warm the heart. Mind the threefold laws you should, 3 times bad and 3 times good. When misfortune is enow, wear the star upon your brow. Be true in love, this you must do unless your love is false to you. These 8 words the Rede fulfill, and ye harm none, do what ye will. Now, a couple of things I do want to let you know about. A couple of rules that we do follow, the threefold rule. Everything we do is with intent, everything. When we cast our circle, when we cook, when you cook your dinners, whether you be male or female, your intent is that the people who eat the food enjoy the food. It fills their stomach and they're happy. Same thing with witchcraft and Wicca. You know, our intent goes in there. Another thing is be careful what you do, okay? You don't want to do a love spell on somebody. You can't mess with a person's will. You can't mess with a person's will, okay? You don't want to do a love spell on somebody who truly does not love you. Just because you're in love with them doesn't mean that they're in love with you, okay? So you do a love spell on somebody, and they fall for you. And then you start to wonder, is he doing these things for me, or is he doing it because the spell? You know, you really want to be true to yourself. You know, before you can be true to anybody else, you have to be true to yourself. The threefold law, okay? You know, it's a threefold law. You know, anything that you send out is going to come back to you 3 times. Now, if you are prepared for those circumstances, you know, and those that what's coming back to you, then go for it, man. Seriously, just go for it. But if you're not ready for it, don't do it. You know, I'm not going to do anything that may come and bite me in the ass later. You know, I want something that's going to send out love, that's going to send out joy, that's going to send out true feelings, love feelings, you know, things like that. But I don't want to do something that's going to harm somebody, because that harm is coming back to me. I know it. Okay, so I don't want to do something that's gonna hurt me. You know, that's gonna hurt me in the end. 8 words. These 8 words the Rede fulfill, and ye harm none, do what ye will. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, okay? Because when you do a spell, you have to look at the larger spectrum of things, okay? Is this going to hurt somebody in the long run? If it's going to hurt somebody in the long run, you don't want to do it. So as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, whether it be a person or an animal, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, go for it. You know, seriously. We're going to go over the sabbats and the esbats, tools and things like that. I'm actually in my witch room, and as you can see, this is my altar right here, all dressed up for Halloween. Okay. You know, I try very hard to follow this read. I really do. I don't want to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I joke and things like that, but I don't try to hurt anybody. You know, I don't want to be hurt by people, so why would I hurt anybody? You know, a couple of things I forgot to mention. When I said Josel go by the waxing moon, Josel is actually clockwise. Okay, Widdershins is actually counterclockwise. Okay, so, you know, when you go in a circle, when you open your circle, you know, you're going clockwise. You don't want to go counterclockwise because you're closing it, you know. The 9 woods. Yes, we do believe in the 9 woods. You know, we burn them, and we always keep a piece to burn at the next Sabbat. Okay. Elder, don't burn it. Lady's not going to be happy about it. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was a quick couple of things that we say. Merry meet. Merry meet is, I'm happy to meet you. I want to get to know you. I mean you no harm. Okay? Merry, and we always end up closing the circle with, merry we meet, merry we part, merry may we meet again. Okay? Because anybody who's in that circle, I would like them to come back. I want them to come back. I want to come back. So, but you're not just talking about the people, you're also talking about the 4 corners. And we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about the 4 corners, north, south, east, and west. We're going to be discussing Book of Shadows. This is my Book of Shadows. There it is, Book of Shadows. And we're going to go through it. We're going to be talking about magical tools. We're going to be talking about the Basum. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of stuff. So I hope to see you again. Love and light, and blessed be.